So, picture this. You've built an amazing product, powered by some seriously state-of-the-art AI. It's smart, it's powerful, it's about to get audited. Yep, all of a sudden there's a person with a clipboard and a whole lot of questions, asking you to prove it's not going to go completely off the rails. Where do you even start? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact playbook for absolutely acing your next AI audit.
All right, so that auditor is sitting right across from you. They take a sip of coffee and say, "Show me how your AI works. What's your first move? What do you show them? The complex architecture, the beautiful code, those really impressive accuracy metrics?" The answer, you might be surprised, is none of the above. And the reason why is going to completely change how you think about AI compliance.
This quote it nails it. You don't fail an audit because your AI is too smart. You fail because you can't prove how it made a decision. You fail when you don't have a flight recorder, an audit trail. It's not about the model's IQ at all. It's about your ability to document its every single move.
And that whole flight recorder idea, that's the key to our main theme today. See, when auditors are looking at your AI, they are not looking for brilliance. They're looking for control. They don't want a spectacular fireworks show. They want a metronome. Something steady, predictable, and, let's be honest, kind of boring.
This slide really captures the mental shift you gotta make. On one hand, you have brilliance, which is exciting, but it's totally unpredictable. It's like a joyride or a mood ring. On the other hand, you have control. It's dependable, it's safe, like a dash cam that's always recording, or a thermostat keeping a steady temperature. Auditors, they are paid to worry about that joyride crashing. They will always, and I mean always, choose the dash cam. So here's the bottom line for this section. If you take one thing away, let it be this. In an audit, predictability will beat sophistication every single time. A simple, well-documented model is so much more defensible than some super complex one that you can't fully explain. Never forget that.
Okay, so if auditors are totally obsessed with control, what's the one question they're really trying to answer when they talk to you? Well, it pretty much all boils down to this. Can you prove that your AI is going to stay on the rails that you've built for it?
And look, forget all the sci-fi debates about narrow AI versus AGI. For an auditor, the only thing that actually matters is, can you show them a clear, auditable control path? Can you hit replay on a decision your AI made last Tuesday and get the exact same result? That is the only debate you need to win.
So how do you prove you're narrow in the real world? It's actually way simpler than you might think. First, you freeze your model weights in production. No surprise changes. Second, you version everything. Your prompts, your inputs, all of it, just like it's code. Third, you have to strictly limit what tools the AI can access. And finally, you log everything. You build that flight recorder.
Okay, let's get tactical. We're about to walk through a 10-point control path. Think of this as your pre-audit drill. Seriously, if you master these 10 things, you're going to shave hours, maybe even days off your review cycles. It will save you a world of headaches.
Now, I know 10 points can sound like a lot. Don't get intimidated. It all really just boils down to a super simple 3-part mantra. Write it down, version it, and alert on it. If you can do those 3 things, document your scope, track all your changes, and monitor for any bad behavior, you are 90% of the way there. And here's the best part. This is kind of the big secret to all of this. You don't need to invent a whole new compliance framework for AI. As you can see here, you can map all of these AI governance practices directly to existing controls and frameworks you're probably already using, like SOC 2 and ISO 27001. That prompt versioning you're doing, that's just change management. Your tool allow list, that's just access control.
This right here is the key. Do not create a separate, parallel universe for AI compliance. We heard this story about an auditor who found a team managing their prompts in just random Slack threads. The fix was so simple. They just moved them into Git with a formal approval process. And the auditor's feedback? They said the new process was boring. And trust me, in an audit, boring is the highest compliment you can possibly receive.
Okay, let's talk about something a lot of us are dealing with: third-party models. You might be using an API from a big provider, and that's totally fine. But let me be crystal clear about this. You can outsource the compute, but you can never, ever outsource the responsibility.
So what does that responsibility actually look like? Here's your third-party playbook. These are the non-negotiables. First, you have to treat your vendor as a sub-processor and get a DPA signed. Second, pin your API versions. You do not want surprise updates breaking your product. Third, be transparent with your customers about who you're working with. And finally, and this is so important, redact personal data before it ever touches that third-party API.
And hey, this isn't just some hypothetical risk. A team we know of recently lost a deal because they quietly swapped out an LLM vendor. The prospect noticed the new, unannounced subprocessor in their network traffic and just slammed the brakes on the whole deal. The fix was simple: a public changelog and a 48-hour notice period. The moral of the story: radical transparency isn't just good ethics, it's good business.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. Now, let's bring it all together into something you can use like today. I'm about to show you 4 simple documents you can create in the next 15 minutes that will form the core of your evidence pack for any audit. This is all about getting maximum impact for minimum effort.
First up is the model card. The easiest way to think of this is like the nutrition label for your AI. In just a single page, it tells an auditor what the model is for, what data it's allowed to touch, and how you measure its performance. It's the first thing they'll ask for, and having it ready just shows you're prepared.
Second, the tool allow list. Honestly, this might be the most important document you create. It's a simple, explicit list of every single action or API your AI is allowed to use. If it's not on this list, it cannot happen. This document doesn't just reduce your risk, it defines the absolute ceiling of what can possibly go wrong.
Third is your golden set. This is a curated collection of test cases, sample inputs and the exact outputs you expect to see. By running this set before every single release, you can prove to an auditor that your system is stable and predictable over time. It gives them the one thing they want most: replay confidence.
And finally, your incident response playbook. Now, this doesn't have to be some 50-page document. A simple one-page outline is enough to show an auditor that you've actually thought about what to do when things go wrong. It proves you're not just hoping for the best. You have a plan for the worst. It's the ultimate sign of maturity.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. This all sounds great, but we use a big general-purpose LLM from a major provider. Are we just doomed in an audit? It's a really fair question.
And the answer is a huge no. Not at all. The LLM is just one component. Your product is considered narrow if the overall behavior is tightly controlled by your prompts, your tool allow lists, and your data reduction. You're not being audited on the theoretical power of the engine. You're being audited on the strength of the guardrails you build around it.
So let's end with this. What is a control path, really? It's just governance that you can screenshot. That's it. It's a version history in Git. It's a log file. It's a configuration setting. It's tangible, undeniable proof that you are in control. And in the world of AI audits, that proof isn't just important, it is everything.